Hi everyone, Moj here from Push. We're here to do another recaps video. You might have seen a talk before with me or one of my other presenters, or you might just want some bullet points because you can't come to a talk. So today, been asked to talk about this weird concept, people find it weird, called selling yourself. Nothing dodgy at all. Selling yourself is thinking about three things. Firstly, know your market. Second one, know what your market wants. And the third one is know your product. Every successful product in human history, if you think of anything you're actually wearing or you can interact with, anything you can physically see or touch, or maybe even watch as well, has been created as a successful product. Otherwise you would not have it in front of you. Especially if you bought it, you wouldn't have bought it unless they'd sold to you effectively. People think selling is a bad thing when maybe you're being flyered something in the street or you get junk calls from people. That's not selling, that's trickery. It's also trickery if, very successful trickery, if you come home with a bag of shopping and you go through it and you do that thing where you go to your friend, really did not need this stuff. Why have I bought those two t-shirts? Oh, I bought them because they were on sale. They really got me with that sale. That's trickery, it's not good selling. Good selling is when you actually genuinely want something and you do your research into different people who can offer you that thing. So you might look at different products, you might try out different products, and then you choose the one that matches your needs, exactly what you needed from that product. And with those products, when you buy them, you don't feel bad, do you? You go, it's exactly what I needed. You probably boast to other people and go, I bought this thing, it's amazing. It's so good, it meets my needs, it makes me happy as well, it was really good. So the point is, you can apply these rules and know your market, know what your market wants, and know your product to you as a person when you're selling yourself. And who are you selling yourself to? You're selling yourself to universities, apprenticeship organizations, you're selling yourself to jobs, to volunteering, internships, any opportunity that you are looking for where you would like something from someone else. And it's not just money, it might be that you want just an interesting thing to do that matches your passions and interests. It might be because you do it for free, but what's worth more than the salary is actually the opportunities that might open with the people you get to know. So the point is, you need to sell yourself to people. You need confidence to be able to do that, and hopefully these three principles should give you confidence. Really simple tips that every single one of these big successful products follow. So let's see where you fit in, okay? What have we got? We've got know your market, okay? That's not you. The market is, let's say, who you are selling yourself to. So who is your market? We've gone through them: universities, employers, apprenticeship organizations, whatever it is. That is your market. So you've got to know them. First stage of any good product is market research. They will fail as well a lot in the concept stage. If you watch Iron Man, that's my favorite Avengers film, because the whole first hour is him building the suit, trying out different things. He tries something out, some rocket booster things on his boots, and he shoots into the ceiling, and then the next time he's like, right, might try that a bit differently. So the whole point is, you got to test out, you got to do market research, you got to find out who your market is, who you want to sell yourself to. Is it a university? Is it an employer? What type of employer? What do they want from you? That's the second one. So know your market is the first one. Know who you are actually trying to sell yourself to. Properly do your research. Don't just research them online. If you can do a work placement, if you can do some experience with them, even better still, if you can actually just talk to someone who does that job. It's amazing how much you'll gather, because if someone has given their life for a few years to doing that thing, what better person is there to talk to than someone who already does it? And you can say, well, you are the market, you're the market, and you've successfully sold yourself into that market. So don't just ask them what they love about the job, ask them what they find challenging, what they find difficult. Ask them if they've had difficult times, but why they keep doing that job even if there is difficult time. Ask them what rewards they get from life. Again, not just the money, happiness, respect, challenging themselves, creativity, working with great people. So that is all knowing your market. The second one, know what your market wants. Because the first one, okay, you've researched, you've looked at concept stage, you've tried out and tested different things, seen what works for you. Second one, know what your market wants. So you've got to know what they're expecting from you. and they will spoon feed you all of the clues. They will say things like, here's a job description. We put down every possible thing we would want from the person, from what they might call the ideal candidate. So you've got an insight into exactly what that market wants right there. You've just got to find that stuff online. Often, if you apply to something, it's right there in the application. If they don't put an application out for a job, because a lot of jobs come through there not being an application, you have to convince them that you'd be good to work for them. So you can create your own opportunities, you can create your own jobs, especially with smaller to medium-sized companies or startup organizations who might not even realize they need someone, a role that you could almost create for yourself. But know what your market wants. You might need to call them up if there's not a job description. You might even, if there is a job description, call them up and ask for more information because you've not got all the market research that you need yet. So know what your market wants. This also applies to universities and apprenticeships. How can you know what a university wants from you? Or how can you know what an apprenticeship, qualification and course wants from you? Call them up, research online. They'll call them a course description. They will tell you what attitudes and behaviors they're looking for. They'll tell you what qualifications that you need to be able to literally apply for the thing. They'll tell you what you would be doing in the job. So the point is, there is no excuse when it comes to knowing what your market wants. Now the hardest part is actually the third one, but you can only do the third one and shape the third one if you really know the first two. So you know what your market wants, you know your market as well. Third one, know your product. That is you. You are the product. We always talk about this at Push. A rounded person. You're trying to become a really rounded product that's unique, that's different, that's interesting. The product is about 3 words: USPs. USPs, unique selling points. Just like a product, what makes an Apple phone different to a Samsung? It's going to have USPs. And they know that their phone is different and they sell themselves towards a certain market. They don't try and imitate what Apple are doing, and Samsung won't imitate what Apple are doing. Apple won't imitate what Samsung are doing. They'll try and go, what can we do that's different to them? It's like Adidas and Nike. They will try and launch different styles of trainers that appeal to different types of people. So they really think about doing their market research, who's their market and what might the market want. Then you shape the product based on that. So you can only shape yourself as a person based on what choices you choose to do, extracurricular activities, clubs and societies, what qualifications you choose to do, the way you look at life. You can only shape your unique selling points and build yourself as a product if you really focus on the first two. So your unique selling points, I can't go through those because they'll be different for every single one of you. You should be different to every other person on earth, because if you don't have USPs, and your product is roughly the same as someone else's, it will only get you to the interview stage. It might get you to the last 20 or the last 10, even the last 2 might not get you the job, because you need to then highlight and sell. You need to be confident in selling your USPs. You will gain all the confidence you possibly need to sell your unique selling points, sell yourself as a product. You'll gain all the confidence you need if you really do your market research and you feel good at knowing exactly what unique selling points you have that match up to what that market wants. So, know your market, know what your market wants, and know your product. And that is my advice on how to sell yourself effectively to anyone.